happy. Everyone. Such demon who simply troubles the devotees, such demon, very dangerous demon. So when such demon is killed, even saintly persons are satisfied. All the saintly persons, they do not want anybody should be killed. Krishna is akinchana vitta. One who has lost everything materially. For him, Krishna is the only solace. So Krishna is so kind that if anyone wants material prosperity and at the same time wants to become a devotee, that is stated in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, that somebody wants me, at the same time he wants material prosperity, he is a fool. He is a fool. Therefore, people are very much afraid coming to Krishna consciousness. Oh, my material prosperity will be finished. Because they do not want that. They want to stick to, generally they go to church, go to temple for material prosperity. God give us our daily bread. This is material prosperity. Or give me this, give me that. But they are also considered as pious because they have approached God. The atheist class, they do not approach. They say, why shall I approach God? I shall create my wealth. By advancement of science, I shall be happy. They are duskritina, most sinful. One who says like that for my prosperity I shall depend on my own strength, my own knowledge. They are duskritina. But one who thinks that my prosperity depends on the mercy of God, they are pious. They are pious. Because after all, without sanction of God, nothing can be achieved. That's a fact. Tavatanu nidang tatupekshitana, that is our statement, that we have discovered so many counteracting methods for diminishing our distressed condition. But if it is not sanctioned by God, this counteracting proposition will fail. The example is, just like you have discovered nice medicine, very qualified physician, that's all right. But when a man is sick, ask the physician, can you guarantee the life of this patient? He will never say, no, I can do so. I cannot do that. I try my best. That means the sanction is in the hand of God. I am simply an instrument. If God does not like that you should live, then all my medicine, all my scientific knowledge, medical knowledge will fail. The ultimate sanction is Krishna. They are the foolish person, they do not know. Therefore they are called Mura, rascals. That whatever you are doing, that is very good. But ultimately, if it is not sanctioned by God, by Krishna, this is all failure. They do not know that. Therefore they are Muras. And a devotee knows that whatever intelligence I have got, I may try to become happy. If Krishna does not sanction, I will never be happy. This is the distinction between devotee and non-devotee. So, Krishna says that anyone who is trying to approach me to become Krishna conscious, At the same time, he wants to become materially happy. He is not very intelligent. That means he is wasting his time. Our main business is how to become Krishna conscious. This is the main business of human life. But if we waste our time for material improvement and forget chanting, then that is loss, great loss. So such mentality, Krishna says, Ami bigga tare kano bishay dibo. So this rascal is asking some material prosperity from me by discharging devotional service. So why shall I give him material prosperity? Rather, whatever he has got, I shall take it up. Yes. It is not laughing. When it is taken away, we become very morose. But that is the test. That is stated by Krishna himself to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Tasyaham manigrinnami harishetad dhanam sanai. Yudhishthira Maharaj indirectly inquired from Krishna that we are completely dependent on you and still we are suffering materially so much that our kingdom is taken away, our wife is insulted, we are attempted to be burned in a house. So Krishna said, yes, that is my first business. Jasyaham anugrinnami harishe tad dhanam sanai. If I specially favor anybody, then I take away all his sources of income. Very dangerous. Yes. I have got my practical experience in this connection. Yes. That is Krishna's special favor. I do not wish to narrate, but it is a fact. It is a fact. My Guru Maharaj ordered me when I was 25 years old that you go and preach. But I thought, first of all, I shall become a rich man and I shall use that money for preaching work. So, that's a long history. I got good opportunity for becoming very rich man in business. And some astrologer told me that you should have become like Birla. So there was some chances, very good chances. I was manager in a big chemical factory. I started my own factory. The business was very successful. But everything was dismantled. I was forced to come to this position to carry out my order of my Guru Maharaj. Akinchana Vidya. When everything was finished, then I took Krishna, that you are the only. Therefore Krishna is Akinchana Vidya. When one becomes finished of all his material opulences, then now I am realizing that I am not lost, I have gained. I have gained. That's a fact. So, to lose material opulences for Krishna's sake is not loss. It is the greatest gain. Therefore it is said, Akinchana Vidya. When one becomes Akinchana, nothing to possess, everything finished, then Krishna becomes the only richest for such person because he is devotee. Just like Narottam Das Thakur says, Ha Prabhu Nanda Suta, Vishabhanu Suta Juta, Koruna Karaha Eiba. Narottama Daso kahe na ঠেলিও রাঙা পায় তুমি বিনা কে আছে আমার. This position. Krishna, accept yourself. I have nothing to claim. I have nothing, no position. So don't neglect me because you are my only position. This position is very nice. When we do not depend on anything material, simply depend on Krishna. That is first class position of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, Krishna is addressed, akinchana vittaya. When one becomes impoverished materially, you are the only wealth. Akinchana vittaya. Now akinchana vittaya. Nirvitta guna vittaya. The result is that when one takes you as the only possession, immediately he becomes free from the activities of this material nature. That means immediately he is posted